And welcome everyone to North Stars Noise. I'm your host Rob Leonard. The regular season has wrapped up as of this past weekend. Playoff time right around the corner. The Owen Sound Sr B North Stars wrapped it up with 2 games in Ennismore this past weekend. We haven't got any video highlights from those 2 games, but I can tell you on Saturday, first game against Ennismore, it ended in a 7-7 draw. The North Stars were losing 6-1 midway through the second period, roared back and salvaged a tie in this one. Rookie Todd Greer with the hat trick for Owen Sound. Now this was a battle for third spot. All Owen Sound needed to do was to win on Sunday and they would have third place, but score tied 9-9 with about 3 minutes remaining in the game. Josh Wasson McQuigg would score 2 goals in a 24-second span in that third period to seal the victory for Ennismore by a score of 11-9, and they would clinch third spot and face the Wallaceburg Thrashers in that first round. For Owen Sound, Travis Sabolics would score a hat trick. Tyler Gibbons, a 5-point night, 2 goals, 3 assists, but it was not enough to beat Ennismore. Now, if we could take a look at the final standings. Now, the scheduling people with OLA Senior B lacrosse would look like geniuses at the end of this season. The final week, Brooklyn and Six Nations would play each other twice on that weekend. Battle for first place. Brooklyn wins both of those games and seals first place. Six Nations would finish second, those 2 teams receiving a bye in the playoffs. The next series was Ennismore versus the Owen Sound North Stars. Final weekend battle for third spot. Ennismore with a tie and a win would clinch third spot. Both those teams ending up in a tie, but Ennismore wins on a tiebreaker. And the other series, weekend series, was Oakville versus Wallaceburg. Oakville winning both of those games to keep Wallaceburg winless on the season. Now, if we could take a look at the league's leading scorers and the final scores, Roger Weiss holds on, and he was number 1 all season long, 63 points, but you can't help but think Chris Atwood only playing 10 games, 54 points. You would imagine that Chris Atwood would have won the scoring championship. An amazing amount of points put up there by Atwood. And Brooklyn Six Nations taking up most of the spots there. Josh Wasson McQuigg, 45 points, finishes up in 5th spot. And representative from Oakville, Ryan Callahan, and Wallaceburg having a player in there in the top 10 in Kyle Childerhouse. No Owen Sound North Stars in the top 10 scoring. They were close, but not able to crack the top 10. Now, let's take a look at the team's leading scorers, the final tallies for the Owen Sound Senior B North Stars. Travis Sabolics finished up on top, playing all 16 games, recording 34 points. Zach Thompson, in only 11 games, averaged 3 points per game, finishing up with 33 points. Scott DeFrancesco, only 9 games, registering 27 points. And as you can see, at the number 4 spot, Brett Kloepfer with 18 goals ends up being the leading goal scorer on the North Stars. Zach Thompson edges out Mike McLeod for the assist leader in those final couple of games. Mike McLeod was leading the North Stars with 20 points. And down the list, you can see Todd Greer, rookie Todd Greer, ended up with 19 points, 12 goals on the season. And yeah, a lot of balanced scoring on this Owen Sound team, as you can see, heading into the playoffs, which start this weekend. Now, if we can take a look at the playoff matchups, Owen Sound will meet the Oakville Titans. First game Friday night, this coming Friday night in Owen Sound. Sunday, back in Oakville, 8 o'clock, and if Game 3 is necessary, they will be in Owen Sound Tuesday night. And if we take a look at that series, Owen Sound and Oakville met twice in the regular season. The North Stars winning both of those games. Owen Sound scoring 20 goals, Oakville with 12 goals in that series. And if the game that they played here in Owen Sound, I guess it was last week, if that's any indication of what this series is going to be like, honestly, that was, in my estimation, the most exciting game, end-to-end action throughout the first two periods anyway. Oakville running into some penalty trouble to start the third period, Owen Sound winning that game 11-6, but by far one of the most exciting games, so that should set up for a great series between Owen Sound and Oakville. I'm going to pick the North Stars to sweep this series, and I still think they haven't hit their stride yet. They've got a really good team here in Owen Sound. Get a few practices in, get the team gelled together. I think the North Stars will win that series in two. The other quarterfinal series has Ennismore meeting the winless Wallaceburg Thrashers. Wallaceburg, they'll start out on Friday night in Ennismore, 8:30 start. Return game in Wallaceburg at 5 on Sunday. And I doubt if Game 3 is going to be needed in Ennismore, 8:30 on Tuesday, July the 19th. Ennismore played Wallaceburg twice in the regular season, outscoring Wallaceburg by 26-13, which really isn't that bad, but Ennismore has been a team, they've been a giant killer all season long, and I don't think Ennismore is going to have any problem with Wallaceburg in that quarter round series. So now it's time for Reach the Stars, and our guest this week is Rob Kloepfer, and let's hear what Rob had to say to the 10 questions. All set. Number one, is there a team that you hate playing against? If so, who and why?
I'd say pretty well every team. I don't really like my opponent, and yeah, I'd say pretty much every team.
All right. Number two, in a zombie apocalypse, which teammate would you want fighting beside you?
I'd probably say Rob King or Dean Nixon.
All right. Timmy's or Starbucks?
Timmy's.
And the best movie you've watched lately?
Fubar, seen that the other day. Fubar, that's a good movie.
All right. Number 6, playoffs are coming. Who would you prefer to meet in the first round?
I like to get third and play Wallaceburg first, get our confidence back going, and then move on to the better teams after that.
Okay. And let's see, what is your occupation outside of lacrosse?
I'm a gas fitter.
Okay.
Do like HVAC, so like furnaces, stuff like that.
If you need your furnace fixed, just call Rob. Okay. Your favorite pregame meal?
I normally pita pit. Go get a pita and booster juice before the game.
All right. And let's see, how do you prepare yourself mentally before a game?
Just start thinking about the game early, getting ready, getting water in you, food in you. Just thinking about what I need to do before the game, and then thinking about what I need to do on the floor too.
All right. And the last question, anybody you'd like to say hello to? This is on the internet, so everybody will be seeing it.
I just like to say hi to my mom and dad. That's pretty much it, yeah.
And we want to thank Rob Kloepfer for doing that Reach the Stars episode with us. Some interesting answers in there. Rob made it clear that he doesn't like any of the teams in the league, so I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, the regular season wraps up. Owen Sound finishes tied for third in the 4th spot. Exciting series coming up against the Oakville Titans starting this Friday night at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center at 8 p.m. If you can't get down there, join us on Rogers Channel 53. We'll have all the action for you. And as I said, it's great regular season, playoffs coming, exciting time of year. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Please join us again next week on North Stars Noise.